Good morning. Happy New Year, everybody. First of all, I'm so surprised to see anybody awake at the moment. Not that we party, as you will find out, but it is very, very nice to see you guys. Good morning on January 1st of 2024. That's kind of cuckoo crazy.
It started with your shot too high. So.
And it started with my shot too high, so I don't know. Eric's fixing it. By the way, I missed a couple of you, so I want to say good morning, Pickles, good morning, Jay, and good morning, Martin. I'm not typing at the moment, so I can focus on this, but good morning to you guys as well.
Can I throw something out here? You don't have to come to me, but
sure, what?
Amy always does her nails right before we go on the thing, and then it's like I'm not typing because. Then you're doing your hands like whatever. It just makes me laugh.
Excuse me, that was very rude of you. That's not true. I was typing. I'm saying now I'm talking live, so I don't want to be typing and talking at the same time.
Never mind.
But yes, I did my nails, but they're dry. See, look, they're dry.
Never mind.
What the heck?
They're beautiful.
Anyway,
by the way, beautiful.
Hi, Michael Walters. Good morning. The boys missed their favorite YouTuber. Who's that? Good morning, Julia. Hi, everybody. So again, good morning and Happy New Year. First of all, as always, we thank you for kind of joining in. I know, it's just our little thing on Monday mornings, have a little bit of cup of coffee. But on January 1st, the fact that you guys are awake is amazing. Good morning, Shafiq.
Put up Martin's comment.
Put up what?
Martin, right there where your cursor is, Martin.
Martin's comment. Happy New Year. Everyone just got back home from work, 12 hours, shift railroad, at least no hangover, no headache. Well, this is going to go to I'm gonna waylay all of my other things. So here's the thing. My coffee mug of the day is filled with water because I was up really early. But this one's just got water today. Part of my New Year's resolution, which we will talk about. Good morning, Diz Deb popping in. So this is be kind. So on that note, Martin, I'm gonna tell a little story, and it's about gratitude and how few of us seems like outwardly express it. So for what you do, first of all, this is stemming from the fact that you just worked a 12-hour shift, on the railroad, and you're doing things that benefit people. It's not just your job. It's something that you do and it assists others. So true story. So somebody in our neighborhood, and it's not a big deal. It just really stemmed me wanting to say this. Somebody in our neighborhood on our little Facebook page, totally fine. They're very upset that one of their packages was delivered and what was in it was broken. And they were upset because it appeared it wasn't handled with tenderness. But then everybody is like it's horrible. Everything is broken and it's just rude how they just don't respect. And I had to take a moment to myself, and I didn't say anything because I don't like to be someone who's controversial at all. But I'm telling you, I'm like, but thank you for delivering the packages. I don't recall that there was a fragile sticker on it. Otherwise, I'm sure the carrier would have given it a little bit more TLC. But it stems from thank you mail carriers, thank you FedEx, thank you UPS, USPS, thank you all of the delivery people out there for doing what you do. But it goes deeper than that. It's all of the people that do everything, the people that were packing our Amazon packages so that we could have a Christmas. Thank you for the people that were getting my food from Publix and delivering it to my house because I didn't have time because it was crazy. The list can go on and on and on and on about how grateful I am for all of those people, all of those occupations, all of the sacrifices, whether it's like a physical sacrifice or it's a time sacrifice or it's a family sacrifice or a health sacrifice, to be kind to others and to do your job and to just to help everybody else out.
If you look on those Facebook pages, there's probably 10,000 packages delivered to this neighborhood a week.
I know.
And there's not one that's like, hey, Thanks for the 10,000 packages. It's the one time.
I know. And that just, it's just that, Martin, you just kind of stemmed that. It just kind of reminded me how frustrating it can be. And so hopefully all of us, and this, related to real estate, okay, let's go there, is that I tell people, don't pay attention to websites. Don't pay attention to like a builder's website, or not to the builder's website, but to like someone who's created a group or a YouTube page or whatever, kind of trashing a company. I'm not saying that people don't have real issues, but what I try to tell clients to have that peace of mind is you have to understand how quick we are, unfortunately, as a society to to be critical, to be upset, to be negative, to be frustrated, to be vocal about things, and how slow, if non-existent, we are to actually go out and reach out and say something nice or say something kind just because you can. Before, I guess it was right when we moved here, Eric, I'm not sure. I started this little thing called Be Love cards. Don't have it anymore, don't do it anymore, but the sentiment is still there, and it kind of comes from this. They were just little note cards that you would leave randomly, just to kind of remind people that they matter, and to do good, and to be good, and just positive things, just putting some positivity out there in the world. But anyway, my point is, I'm going to digress. I'm going to move on so that we can talk about the other stuff, but not so much that it's a resolution, because I do try to be grateful all the time, and we do try to make sure that we let people know how appreciative we are of them for what it is that they do, and that I know sometimes it benefits the masses, and sometimes there are people that never get that recognition at all, like the hundreds of homes or the hundreds of hands that are being working on the homes that are being built. And the understanding that those are human hands, and human hands aren't perfect, and that sometimes there's going to be something that's a little bit wonky. But hey, aren't we grateful that they built the home to begin with? And now let's see. Anyway, I'm going to move on, because I will get really into this for an hour, and we have other things to do. Here we go. Happy New Year, everybody.
Amy, I'm here on the other side of the counter, and I wanted to point out that we have Ronnie Alcantara on New Year's Day at 8:30 in the morning, Keeping It Cool AC.
Keeping It Cool AC.
From right here in
Big
Winter
shout
Garden.
out. Yes.
He's at a property of ours right now at 8:30 in the morning on New Year's Day, doing some work so we can get to a closing. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So many people do so many good things, and including people that are watching now. We appreciate everything everybody does. We just do.
Yeah,
that's all.
Absolutely, yes.
Back to you, Amy.
Thank you, dear. But yeah, so anyway, so I know a lot more of you have popped in. Let me see if I can shout out some names real quick. Diz Deb, you popped in. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Ernie, good morning. Lisa, I think I missed you in there earlier, Lisa. My apologies. So anybody, if I did miss you, my apologies, but good morning to everybody. So anyway, point is, be grateful, and more specifically, thank you for doing the 12-hour shift overnight on the railroad. So anyway, moving on. So let's talk about a couple of things before we go to our What's Brewing. I want to give another big shout out to some beautiful ornaments that we had on our tree. Eric, you didn't put that picture up, did you?
Didn't.
You didn't. Okay, that's fine. So we, Jane, you are here. Miss Jane Buggy sent us some beautiful ornaments. There's a few more, but I pulled these off of the tree because they were on the tree a few minutes ago. Look at these gorgeous ornaments that came from England. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? And this is so funny, because if you were with us on one of our other things, I told you what I sent Jane was coffee creamer and Twizzlers. Who remembers that? Literally, the ridiculous amount to ship that just cracks me up to this day, but it was so worth it. And we got these lovely ornaments from her. And then I also got to go to the Disney one, because of course we are here in Disney's backyard. This beautiful ornament, which is obviously my favorite color, blue. We got this from Brittany and Debbie, the whole Griffin family. They moved here. Gosh, was it both of them? They bought two houses. Is it about a year ago? I don't know. My gosh, time
maybe
flies.
Maybe a little more than that. Yeah.
Maybe even more. But what I love about that is, we still get random pictures from them out at Disney, just like Jem Federico. I don't know if you're here this morning with us, but a lot of people, I love getting those pictures, saying, we're here. This is like our dream come true. We can't believe it. We live here in Disney's backyard. And so when they send those, that's really heartwarming, and it reminds me to keep it going. So anyway, so beautiful ornaments on our tree. And with that, we are going to go to our What's Brewing.
So one more interstitial before we move on to What's Brewing.
Okay.
Amy, I'm here on the other side of the counter, and I'm freezing. To start the new year, I made my special graphic here of me in my hoodie. Amy, it's like 45 degrees outside in the mornings, and Amy opens the slider all the way, and I freeze. and I hate it. Back to you.
See, the time that he spends making the Eskimo graphic, you have to tell me, is the time that he spends on that worth it? Or should he, spend that relaxing for however long? By the way,
I'm really good at my job. That only took 10 seconds.
I know. I was going to say, he's so good. You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, he's so good at what he does, it probably doesn't take him any time at all. But at any rate,
and let's be clear, that's not a Pixar level graphic.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true. I love your honesty, babe. Okay. Anyway, so our What's Brewing topics. Holiday recap, Falcon Heavy End, Marathon Week. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of other subjects and topics after this, but we're going to go through the holiday recap first through our brewing topics. So let's go to, wait, he moved it. He moved everything on me. I found it. I found the button. Okay. So these were, if you were with us, I guess it was the Monday before Christmas. We did our holiday traditions. So we're just going to go through and see if we actually did them here at the Kidwell household. Granddaddy's eggnog. Yes, we did. We had our eggnog, and I will tell you, it was the dogs, like every time they would go out for like the next several days, were like just going straight to where we dumped the eggnog. Now remember, if you didn't join us, my daddy passed away a long time ago. Alyssa was just not even or right at a year old. So it's been many a moon ago. But my dad loved Christmas. He loved the big colored lights, which we didn't get the colored lights on the tree, on his tree. We put it out by the pool this year. But yes, we did. We did our annual toast to my dad on Christmas Eve, right before everybody kind of heads off and goes to bed. We had our eggnog. We take a sip, toast, and then we pour the rest on the tree. And that's really for my dad, but the dogs really liked it too. Christmas pajamas. Yes, of course, we had our Christmas pajamas. I would like to announce that my grandpups have ruined 2 pair of my pajamas because we're training Daisy. I have to keep all sorts of treats in my pockets, whether it's the pants I'm wearing like now or whether it's my pajama pants or whatever. I keep treats in there so that I can keep kind of keeping Daisy in the training mode, right? And so I had taken off some pajamas. They were in my closet floor. I know, first of all, it's my fault. I just laid the pajamas on the floor. But Zoe and Jenny found them, and they dug through the pajamas to get to the treats that were in the pocket. So, but yes, we do have matching Christmas pajamas, and I told Allie and Hong, I love Jenny and Zoe with all my heart. It doesn't bother me a bit. I think it's really funny. Night before Christmas, Eric's dad would read the story to the kids Christmas Eve, every Christmas Eve. This tradition does pass to Eric. However, he didn't read the whole story.
He did like one line.
He did one line, but he did get their bellies, and he did put his hands on them, and he did read them a little bit and talk to them a little bit. Angel on top of the tree. So this year, we have this massive, what is this, a 12-foot tree? Yeah. I don't know. It's a big tree. Because we have this 2-story family room area. And so we have this really big, tall tree. And the only way we can get the angel on it is to lean over the landing of the stairs. And it just really, whose year was it? Was it Allie? Elizabeth. And with her being pregnant, it wasn't real safe for her to do that. We alternate which child puts the angel on top of the tree. So it's there, in spirit, but in reality, it's sitting right next to it on a table on the landing. But we thought about it. It's a box. Yes, we said it's a box 50 billion times. And the jingle bells, yes, that was a success, by the way. We'll just leave it at that. Neighbors loved it. Yeah, that's great. Santa made his rounds. So anyway, so on with that, this is some traditions that we also have. This is what our Christmas looked like here at the Kidwell household. Lots and lots and lots of board games. We have a room upstairs. It is our game room. And it is one of my projects at some point in time. I want to get some more storage and stuff in there. It looks fine like it is now, but I need more storage for the board games. Because I like them to be displayed. But we played a few games. I think Quacks was Forrest's gift to me for Christmas, and I think it's probably my favorite of the new games. We haven't really played all of them. There's still a couple that we're waiting to get to. The one in the middle was Alyssa's game. I'm going to probably pronounce it incorrectly, but Takanoko or Takanoko. That one is really cute too. You build these little bamboo shoots and the panda tries to eat them where the gardener tries to keep growing them. So it's a real cute little game. And then Nemesis is a longer, more involved.
Not longer.
Yeah, it's much longer. It's a much longer game. But Forrest had Nemesis, and then Hong and Alley got him. I don't know if it was like a new version, like not an expansion pack, but like at the second level, like the sequel. And we played that quite a few times too. But anyway, lots and lots of board games where we are. And so that was really, I mean, that's what we love. It puts everybody around a table. We're all talking. Much better than being stuck on our phone or just watching TV or, watching YouTube. Anyway, so let's...
This is not breaking newsworthy, but maybe go back to your solo shot.
Yes.
And then go to the...
Ah! Sorry.
Go to the very bottom of your comments.
Bottom of my comments.
We have breaking Florida news at Susie Q.
Susie Q? Susie Q. Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. We closed last week and are on our way to Florida. Getting back on the road now. Thank you, Amy, for your patience and all your help. I'm so excited. I'm gonna cry. What fun it is to just work with clients and to help them, navigate through all of this craziness. And they had some craziness. Builders changed throughout the process, and they closed remotely. We were here together at the new homeowner orientation. Then they had to scoot back. And then I went back for the final walkthrough on the 27th, I think it was, and double checked with the builder that everything got taken care of. Then there were some last minute issues with the title company. Are they going to close? Are they not going to be able to close? It was a little bit harried and crazy, but all in all, you closed on your home. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait for you to get there. Yeah, so that's nice. So back onto the second brewing topic is Falcon Heavy. So true story. First of all, if you don't know what Falcon Heavy is, should I put the picture up? Here's the picture. So this is one of the rocket launches off on the Space Coast. But here's the thing, guys. I went outside, and this was wild. First of all, it's dark, pitch black dark, as you can see. Pitch black dark. And we were... I was taking the dogs out, all the dogs out, go outside, go potty. We went out, and as I'm standing there on the little landing pad right beside... do I need to get off of that? No, there's a little thing behind it. As I was standing out there letting the dogs go, framed perfectly between two palm trees is the sky, and I hear the Disney fireworks. Now, from our particular home site, you can't see the fireworks perfectly. Like you could really, you can see it if you really wanted to find a place somewhere in our house. You could probably see them. But we didn't. We just heard them. You can hear them. But framed perfectly, I see this fireball and it's going up, and I'm like, wow, have they moved the fireworks so that you can see them right here, because it was framed so beautifully. And I'm waiting for it to go, right? I'm waiting for the firework to explode, and it doesn't. It just keeps going.
Thank God it didn't.
I know, really. Keeps going. It's getting brighter and brighter, and I'm like, what the heck? It's not exploding. What's happening with this firework? It's not giving me beauty. And then all of a sudden, you see it kind of break into two, and it's still going, and it's going up and up and up and up and up and up. And I'm freaking out because I had no idea that it was the launch, because we didn't know that it was going to be happening. But that's what I got to see literally from my backyard here in Disney's backyard, was the actual, the rocket launch. And that is just one of the little hidden perks, the hidden beauties of living here, is that you can see things like that so clearly. Even though we're here in Winter Garden. So, and I have video, because for a while I was like,
The video's right there. That's Elizabeth's video.
Yeah, but you can't see it, right? Because
oh, yeah, you can see
it. You can see it. Okay, there it is.
It's just got dark background.
Yeah, it's got a dark background. But yeah, and mine was a little more orangey. You could really see it. But at any rate, so that's one of the cool things, right? So Falcon Heavy, that was an unexpected surprise. The fact that it was going off during the Disney fireworks was a little freaky. I don't mind telling you, just because I really did. I thought it was a firework that was going astray. But thankfully it wasn't. It was just the rocket launch. Okay, so the third What's Brewing is Marathon Week. So here we are at Disney Marathon Week. So if you are a runner, you're probably already here or getting yourself ready to come here. But big Disney Marathon Week. If you remember last year, that's our son in the bottom picture. That was last year. Forrest ran, and what did he come in, 12th, I think?
I think 13th.
13th?
Yeah, pretty
very
good,
early, right? He was doing that, again, if you recall, he was running, he was like really running and racing that marathon to get his time to qualify him for the New York and the Boston, which, as you know, again, if you've been watching, he already ran the New York Marathon. Boston's coming up in the spring, but he will be running the marathon again. He is not running it to race it this time. In fact, we've got some of his friends from Virginia are going to be coming. They'll be our house guests this week. They're going to be running, one of them's running the 10K, one's running the half and the whole. So they'll have a big marathon, running weekend. So we're very excited about having some guests over, as well as just, we love to see our boy run.
And if anybody was gambling on the Disney World Marathon this year, don't. I'm saying don't bet on Forrest. He's injured.
Oh yeah, he is. He's still injured. It's not bad, but he's taking it easy. But I think he's doing it this time more for his friends. He's gonna help pace them and stuff. So anyway, so very good. So those were our What's Brewing topics. Lots of stuff going on. So are any of you going to be in town for the marathon? Any of you runners out there? By the way, there is a new running store called Fit to Run. I'm going to go ahead and give them a shout out. Fit to Run is up in Flamingo Crossing. I'm sure they will be busy this next week, but I like for people to know that they exist. They actually were the only store, probably because they just opened, but my Forrest needed a new pair of Asics for running, and he wanted a specific color. Couldn't find them anywhere. They were out of stock everywhere, but they had them at the Fit to Run store. So if you're here, go ahead and give them some business, and I will tell you, whether you're a runner or not, the Fit to Run brand of their the pants and the sweats are so soft. Super fantastic. I bought some for myself, even though I have no interest in running whatsoever. Anyway, okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about where is it? Did you did the weather, yeah? Yeah, you did that already. I'm going to move on then. I'm going to talk about a couple of the listings. So let's talk about this real quick. So I have two listings that we're going to talk about today. Everything is kind of lully. Is that a word? Lully? It's a lully over the weekend or over the holiday season. To be quite honest, probably pretty much everywhere. Obviously, there's still activity, but it really slows down quite substantially. And we're no exception to that here. We still have slower foot traffic. But this big, beautiful home, 5-bedroom, 5-bath home with a pool, no rear neighbor. It is in Oakland/Winter Garden, Florida. It still has the 34787 zip code. It's a Meritage home. It is big. It is beautiful. And this home is on the market. It's been on the market for a little bit. We kind of put it on right when things started to slow down, but it is still there. And you know what? It's just waiting for you. It's the perfect house for you. Again, if you take a look at the pictures, you can see the bottom left picture. You can see the color of the kitchen cabinets. Very beautiful, very nice and warm and cozy. Then you can see the big, beautiful pool that they have in the backyard, large screened enclosure. They have a little water feature with that as well. Nice extended area back there. And I don't know if you can tell from that picture, but again, no rear neighbors. There's a lot of conservation back behind them. And then the picture to the bottom right is the media room. So they took one of their bedrooms and they made it into a media room. It is just absolutely spectacular. The speakers, the paint, the decor, and the majority of that is staying. Obviously not the Star Wars masks. Those are his prized possession. But if you're interested in that, you think that might be a good option for you, then let me know. And then we also have the Margaritaville property. So Margaritaville is like a short-term rental resort type of a destination, whether you're an investor and you want to purchase a property that you will then lease out. This can be, 1 night, 2 nights, 1 week, 1 month, whatever you want, because it is zoned short-term rental. Amazing amenities there at the community, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 505. But that one is available. Same thing. It kind of got listed right when things were starting to go a bit slower. We do expect things to start picking up for 2 reasons. Number one, it's the new year. That means that a lot of people over the holiday season, maybe they found out they're being transferred. Maybe they found out they can work remotely. Maybe they're getting ready to retire. Maybe they're just tired of the cold and they're ready to move on. But it does seem to always pick up. Could also be the interest rates a little bit, getting a little bit better. So people are putting it back on their radar. So if you are thinking about moving, whether it's to move permanently for your own primary residence, or maybe it's an investment property that you're looking at, give me a call. We've got some of both of those for you, pretty much any of them. And then let's move on to the next part, which is our I'm going to go to this one.
For those first-time home buyers who have never purchased a home before, what are some things that they can do to get ready to enter the market?
Okay, so this is always a fantastic question. It's one that we should probably do multiple times a year, because we always get first-time home buyers that are like, well, what do I do? Like, I want to buy a house. I can afford my rent. I've got some money saved up. How do we get this going? And there's a couple of things that you can do early on, first of all, you've probably already decided what is your timeline. Are you just talking about it, putting the feelers out there, or is it perhaps that you're currently renting and your lease is going to be up at a specific time and you're starting to do the research and to think about, hey, are we going to renew that lease, or are we going to try to find something that's going to allow us to actually own it so that we're not, throwing the rent money out into the trash, essentially. So on that note, there's a couple of things that you can do ahead of time. The first thing, and this means, maybe months and months and months ahead of time. If you're thinking, hey, you know what, by the end of 2024, we want to be out of our apartment and into a home. First of all, and this is going to seem like it's counterproductive, but you need to pay off your debt and you need to save money. Okay, I know it's like how do you do both? I know it's hard, but that's a you question, a you decision, and a you conversation. What is it that you do? How much money do you have? How much money do you save? How much money can you save? What are the sacrifices that you can make throughout the course of the months or the year to help you do both, to pay down your debt and to save some of that money? And the reason you need to do both is you want to make sure that your debt to income ratio is within the parameters that the lender is going to give you thumbs up. You want to make sure that you're making more money, obviously, than you have to pay out for all of those debts, whether it's rent, car payments, insurance, all of those miscellaneous things that, life gives us. So you want to make sure that you're trying to pay down your debt. So pay off those credit cards if at all possible. Don't close them. Okay, just try to pay them down. And the other thing is to save that money to make sure that you have enough money in your reserves and that you have for your initial down payment. And again, these are going to be great conversations with the lender, which is part of the next little tidbit here, which is to maybe reach out to a lender. You can start with a local lender, your bank, just somebody to kind of give you some guidance on what does that look like. Where is your credit score at the moment? If you're not aware of what your credit score is, find that out. Find out what zone you're in. Are you in a worrisome zone where you need a little bit of credit repair? Or are you in great shape, in which case maintain that. That's going to matter a lot as well. But you can reach out to a lender and you can start to have that conversation. Now, if you're not looking to move for another 8 or 9 months, you don't necessarily need to get a pre-approval, but you might want to just start to kind of find out, hey, how much money are we making? How much money is going out? How much can we save? Things like that. Yes.
Hi.
So
I'm going to phrase this, I guess, as a question, but it's one of my things we don't think about for first-time home buyers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes tend to be younger, not always, but we're starting a new year. Talk to me about if you're someone that works in, the gig economy, or you do something where you get a lot of tips and those kind of things. Talk to me about the importance of filing your taxes to show income. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's a good point. So yes, I will talk about that, but I also want to mention real quick so I can go over my list over here so I don't lose my train of thought. That's okay. Is to reach out to a realtor. That will be one of the other most beneficial things that you can do. And I do mean that not just because I am one, but that's our job, is to help guide you and get you prepped and ready. And we have first-time home buyers that have done a lot of that work, and then they come to us already prepared. And we have some of them, I've had an hour and a half long conversation with somebody on the phone, and it's my fault for probably not mentioning it earlier, but you know me, I like to talk. And then finally, at the end of the conversation, I was like, well, so are you able to work remotely? Like, what's your employment situation going to be here? So when you get your pre-approval, they're like, oh, well, we'll move and then we'll get a new job. I'm like, well, you have to have employment in place if you're moving somewhere. The lender is not, unless you're paying cash, right? If you're financing, you need to have employment set up ahead of time. So do think of that as well. Back to Eric's question. That is really, really, really a very good point. So if you happen to work in the service industry and perhaps you have a lot of your income is based on tips. Happens all the time, guys, happens all the time, that maybe perhaps because a lot of your income is maybe, related in, cash related, or maybe you just don't file all of that properly. That really can come back to bite you when it comes time for your pre-approval. Because if you're making a lower amount that they are guaranteed in your salary, so to speak, that may not alone be enough for you to get your pre-approval. But if you're making X amount in tips and you're not filing taxes on those, you're just kind of taking that, And again, I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm just saying that there's a lot of times that you don't file your taxes properly when you're in the service industry, and you want to make sure that you are filing everything properly.
That's the number that the lender's going to use to prove your income is what did you file on your taxes.
Exactly. So if if you've got a small amount, but you actually make a lot because you are commission based, or because you are, and that's another one too. So not just tips, but if you're commission based and you don't file that like you're supposed to, it could be a hazard that's going to be hard for us to get over. So definitely think about that. Anyway, so that was a good one. I like that. Any other? Do you have a question? Which one?
At the very bottom.
Kim?
Yep.
Oh, well, I was talking about, do you have any questions about that? But okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Kim, is your pool heated? Is Orm enough to swim this time of year? Kim, so yes, it's heated. Is it heated right this second? No. We did heat up the hot tub for Forrest. God, did you get into the hot tub the other day?
I did one of the days.
Yeah. So one of Eric's birthday was in December, and one of his belated birthday presents was a golf trip with all the boys, minus Steele because he's not here in the military. But so Eric, Forrest, Dawson, and Hong went to go play golf at the Disney Magnolia Golf Course on the 27th, and when they came back, I think they were a little bit sore from all the kind of walking and hitting and swinging and stuff. So we heated the hot tub for that, but we haven't actually heated the pool because we haven't been in it in quite a while. But yes, if we really wanted to, Kim, yeah, we could heat the pool and go swimming right now, but it's, as you know, it's pretty chilly.
We also, we talked in our video where we talked about, building our pool and what we did. We have an electric pool heater, which means, so our son has people come down for the marathon, and I asked him, does he want the pool heated? I got to start heating the pool right now if I want it, because, we like it to be like 85 degrees
we
in
want
the
it
pool.
steamy.
Yeah. I'd have to start heating it right now to get the pool, and the heater would have to be running the whole time, because it basically, if the air temperature is low, obviously it takes more to heat up the thing. It also takes, an hour and a half to heat up the hot tub.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about a pool,
right,
and you have the option of gas, and if that speed is important to you,
right,
gas heat much faster. The electric takes forever.
Yeah, that's true, but it wouldn't take as long if we're in the heat of the summer where the water has already been
Well, it almost stays warm enough in the summer.
Yeah, so. but right now, it's actually pretty chilly right now, which is why Eric joked earlier about the weather. The sliders I like to keep open. Excuse me. That's part of what we talk about, right? Is the outdoor living space can become part of the indoor. And, I can't wait to see what our power bill is going to be this next month, because the AC has not been on, because we've been able to, keep these doors and windows open and let that chillier air kind of come through. And for us, it's a relief. But, for some people, they may think, why are you doing that? Like Eric's like, why are you doing that? It's like cold. I'm like, yeah, but it's nice to have a change. Anyway, so we have so many more things. I want to keep bouncing around so that we don't run out of time today. Da-da-da-da. What do I want to do?
You have wishes. You have.
I don't see the scoop.
Watching, you have the word.
Oh, I see the scoop. I see it. New segment, guys. Okay, so
that's production quality.
That is production quality. And Eric wants to make sure everyone sees that my face is the ice cream scoop in the cone.
It
is
world-class entertainment.
Off the chart world-class entertainment. Good gracious. Anyway, so just a couple of things, just some inside scoop. Also some updates. So first of all, Silverleaf with Meritage and Hamlin Ridge is Dream Finders. So Silverleaf with Meritage. So just a little inside scoop. First of all, we know that they have their beautiful, very, very, very popular bungalow floor plans, and they also have their beautiful front load garage style floor plans in the community. So phase 1 is sold out, still finishing up the build there. Phase 2, so when people are looking they're like, oh, I really love that Alcott floor plan, or I really want that Hayden. That's fantastic, but unfortunately, you're not able to purchase one right now. Now, when phase 2 is released, which the latest, by the way, this is from Meritage themselves, but keep in mind, I don't work for the builder, and they could have changed their mind this morning. It's Monday morning, so there might be new information. But the latest is around the March-April timeframe, we might start to see the release for phase 2. Keeping in mind, though, There are a lot of people already on a list for phase 2 for those front load garage style homes. But if you're still interested, don't let that keep you from doing anything. But that's just kind of the update there. Phase 2 should be released somewhere around the March-April timeline, hopefully. And then the other one is Hamlin Ridge, which is Dream Finders. So they have, when you pull into Silverleaf now, the townhomes are all well under construction right there on the main road coming into the community. So Dream Finders has got the townhomes going. They also are going to have some of their bungalows and other floor plans in the community as well, but they're focused on the townhomes right now. And then of course Pulte is in the community. They'll be popping in as well. So that area is kind of growing, a lot of activity, getting a little bit of traction there, which is really, really exciting because that is going to be, I don't know, I can just see it. You know, when you see these communities, you're like, oh, that'll be nice. And then there's something like, oh my gosh, that's going to be nice. And this is one, oh my gosh, that's going to be nice.
We did a thing yesterday. So we I don't know where we went. We were with Elizabeth. I'm coming back somewhere. Or no, it was just you and me. We had a hot date. We went to Walmart.
That's what we do.
We're coming back down Porter Road, which if you know the area, you know it's by the hospital. Mm-hmm. Amy literally went, because they've opened the road in front of that goes back to the new medical school. And Amy was like, where am I?
Yeah,
it took her a second. I thought it was funny.
No, it's true. It's true. And I mean, I drive it all the time, and I've certainly driven it recently, but you blink and there's something else went up on a building and it just kind of changes what you're used to seeing. And I was literally, coming down Porter Road and I was like, I'm not on Avalon, right? Like what just happened? Like it just felt very, very disconnected for me, a little disoriented there for a hot minute. And then I was like, okay, now I know where I am. But and I drive that road all the time, but it was just because the new stoplight is there. So it's a new, bigger intersection and the new buildings across the street are gorgeous. And the buildings, the retail things that are over to the side now have a little bit more of a facade. So it was really just kind of like a whoa moment.
Deb was happy that we did our Hamlin jingle.
Yes. She says now she wants you to do Ovation. Ovation.
Again,
Very
Forrest
good.
and Eric, the Lennon and McCartney of real estate based neighborhood jingles.
Are crazy. Crazy. Anyway, okay, so I want to get to the word of the day because it is super, super, super important and very, very relevant.
Oh, now come on, Amy, tell me what's the word.
Okay, obviously, we're going to start out 2024 with our word of the day being resolution. However, there's a little bit of a twist on it. As you know, all of you smart people out there is not just one definition to the word resolution. So we're going to talk about it in the two definitions that matter the most to me at the moment. So one of them is your New Year's resolution. I think Eric has a poll that we'll do here shortly, yes. Right? Yes. So start thinking about your New Year's resolution, and if yours is in one of the little options that we give you. But I will tell you my New Year's resolution, first of all, I don't usually make them because it puts too much stress on me to try to make it happen, and it doesn't. I just want health and happiness. We have
that all. And that's good.
Yeah, I want to be healthier. Little things like, I've needed to go get a mammogram for over a year now and things like that. I mean, guys, I'm just saying things like that are important, and we put things off that are super important because we just don't have time or we're busy or it's not high on our list of priorities. I will be turning, guys, this month, I'm going to be turning 56 years old. And that is a little ouch moment, like that kind of hurts to say, but it's important. So I'm going to add health to one of my lists of priorities this year and making sure that I do those things and go to those doctor's appointments that I need to just to make sure that I become a healthy me for our growing family and our new grandbabies that are well on their way. And then just the happiness, which is to try to carve out time for our family's happiness. We work a lot, like it was yesterday's New Year's Eve. We were working and stressing out and dealing with issues on a closing. When most people are out partying and celebrating and enjoying things, we are fuming and dealing with this and trying to deal with some things. So I think that for me, it's to take care of my health a little bit better, and happiness just to make sure I carve out a little bit of time. So that's mine. But that's not really the resolution that I want to talk about. We'll go to your poll here in a minute. The resolution I want to talk about is resolution of inspection issues and how that relates to real estate. And remember, and I'm going to talk about resale opportunity at the moment. Resale meaning a home that's already been lived in. When you are the buyer, you're going to have an inspection done on the home. I would never advise a client not to have an inspection done. Some people choose not to, but obviously you want to have an inspection done on the property. When there are some items in that inspection report, and you're hearing me tell you this right now, every single inspection report in the state of Florida, I promise you, has suspected mold growth in the AC unit, right? Because of that's where all the moisture is. It's sucking out that moisture. It's a tropical climate. But that being said, when you have your inspection and you have a few inspection issues that you might want to have addressed, I always tell people, buyers and sellers, what I feel is fair in the nature of the as-is contract, which is our standard contract here for resale homes, is that anything that is structural or mechanical in nature are ones that we should talk about. If there's a crack on a tile, if there's a chip on this, if there's a scratch on that, that's aesthetic, that's cosmetic. It's a used home, right? If you buy a used car off the lot, it might have a stain in the little leather cushion that's fine. But if we want to make sure that it works properly, that it's safe. So you have your structural and your mechanical elements. So now I talk about the resolution of them. And that can be done a couple of ways. So if you are buying a home, if you are selling a home, if you are thinking about doing either, put this in the back of your mind. The way that you can resolve those inspection issues can be done in a couple of ways. Number one, you can ask for the seller to fix them, to repair them, to replace them, to remedy them. And in that case, the seller may or may not agree. You're going to work on those terms with your realtor, of course. You're going to come to terms with that. So that may mean that the seller themselves is going to hire the professionals or the tradespeople to take care of whatever those issues or those items might be. Another option, and then of course they will provide receipts, work orders, invoices, things like that, just to show proof that the work was done. Or you can ask for a concession from the seller. Okay, hey, you know what? This needs to be done, and this needs to be done, and this needs to be done. But I would rather contract the worker myself just to make sure that I feel comfortable with the roofer that comes out to fix those shingles, or that I've enlisted the help of that plumber or the electrician to come and address those items. In which case, you ask for the concession, meaning you ask for a little bit of a credit back, usually from the seller. It is not cash. Can I say this again? You're not going to be getting with a concession. You're not going to close and then the seller gives you a check for $1,000. That's not the way it works. It's going to be reflected as a credit to you at closing. But that credit to you means that that's much less that you, especially if it's a closing cost contribution, that's a less amount that you need to bring with you to closing. So you'll have the funds with which to enlist that. So resolution, and then the expectation of resolution, it's perfection is a very, very difficult word, but I've heard people say, I want the home to be perfect. A brand new construction home is not going to be perfect. So we need to make sure we understand that expectation and understand and agree to what that resolution might be. And again, with the guidance of your realtor, that can be a remedy by the seller, like actually getting it fixed, replaced, repaired, however, or a concession where they're going to give you a little bit back. Or, by the way, if you don't agree on those terms and it's during the inspection period, the buyer can say no thanks and the seller can say no thanks. So those are some terms just kind of in the nature of the as-is contract when it comes to resolution of inspection items. So hopefully that helps a little bit. By the way, I don't know, I'm missing something over here. Kim said not Pepsi, Coke, SNL. I don't know what that means.
Because Shafiq said we should cut out the Pepsi as a resolution. And then I will commit to cutting out Pepsi.
I'll commit to cutting out Pepsi.
I don't drink Pepsi.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, I would like you to see what I have here. Do you think I have 2 Diet Cokes? Alas, you are incorrect. This one is a candle. My daughter and son-in-law gave me this for Christmas, and it was hysterical because I opened it up and I'm like, got me a can of Diet Coke? Like, I was so confused. And then I opened, and it's a candle. And by the way, what a great way to recycle all of these cans that we, guilty, throw into the recycling bin, a way to reuse these and repurpose these. So what a cute little gift. So I can't wait to light this up, but I didn't want to do it until after coffee time because I wanted to show you the pretty candle. Isn't that great though? It's a real coffee can. I'm sure just probably taken out of my recycling bin. Anyway, Eric, what have I missed here, dear?
The poll. Let's do the poll.
Let's do the poll.
Actual resolutions.
All right, actual resolutions. Are you guys ready?
Here we go.
Do your hand warm ups here. You're moving all my stuff. Okay, get your hands warmed up so you can weigh in.
Nice.
Weigh in.
So yeah, we picked like kind of the three things that people most have resolutions about, or nothing. So you can type in the chat, is your resolution weight, people, money, or nothing? So you can go ahead and type that.
Weight, people.
Oh wait.
You have money and people.
I have the pictures wrong.
You have the pictures
Sorry,
reversed.
it was early in the morning. So ignore the pictures, use the word. Is it weight, people, money, or nothing? So you type those words into the chat.
So you said use the picture, not the word.
Yes, use the word, not the picture.
Use the word, not the picture.
Type the word. Like I'm going to go to the chat right now and
type the word.
Weight.
Okay, cool.
And so, people usually watch the stream a little behind, so
okay, so we're
going to give them a couple minutes.
Okay.
But right now we got 50% weight, 25% people, 25% nothing. And again, I apologize for money and people being reversed.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a second. But so what is yours?
People.
People is yours. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, that goes to my happiness resolution where
you can type it in there, by the way. You can type people in. Okay, good.
Nice. I did.
I'm sorry.
I did.
So we'll give people 10 more seconds, which in real time will actually be 30 seconds because.
Yep, I got you. Yeah, no, I'm doing people for me. I mean, obviously weight matters too, but that falls under the health category. But I want physical health, but I want emotional health as well. I want to take more time to go to Virginia to see my family, see my mom, see my sister, my brother, nieces and nephews. I want more family time with my own family, with our new grandbabies that are going to be coming in the spring. And go see Susan, right? Go back to Virginia, go see Susan, go see Darla and Michelle and Sarah and all my people out there.
So that poll is still open, so you can keep typing and it'll keep registering. I'm just going to switch the shot because I want to talk about it.
All right, so keep typing then.
Yeah, you can keep typing. We'll go back to it in a second. Mine is weight, and can I share too much information?
Sure.
Can I share too much?
Sure.
So, and this is a true story. I don't have a number for my weight that I consider. I literally, maybe you might not even know this. I literally have categories, and I categorize myself. I have been in my life a big fat fatty. Big fat fatty is the heaviest that I have ever been, and so I looked at myself and I said, I'm a big fat fatty. The next category down is Fats Domino. I was Fats Domino last spring.
No,
I was Fats Domino. Yeah, I wasn't a big fat fatty. I was Fats Domino. Stop. I am currently Fatty Arbuckle. And by the way, this truly is in my head. This is how I think about it. My goal for, as you know, the best one is Slim Shady, and then Amarillo Slim is next up, but then Fat Boy Slim is the goal. Still too heavy, but still look like a smaller person, right? So right now I'm Fatty Arbuckle. I'm going for Fat Boy Slim. It's just one category down. So everyone, keep your fingers crossed for me. I'm gonna go have a donut and then think about this.
That's too funny. Oh my gosh. All right, so is the poll still happening?
Oh yeah, I'll put the poll back up.
All right, all right, he's gonna put the poll back up.
Get the final result.
So just as a reminder, type in real quick if you haven't already, right?
Yeah.
Or is it too late?
No, it's not too late.
Weight, people, money, or nothing. That's what you're going to type in. Weight, people, money, or nothing. There's a lot of different resolutions that people have out there. I just know that. Good morning, Gary Wandry. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. He just popped in. Oh, wait, Deb, this is hysterical. Deb says, make me think of the King of Queens episode, Fatty McButterpants. Hilarious. Yes.
I should add Fatty McButterpants. So I think Fatty McButterpants would be one step above Fat Boy Slim, right? So, I mean, I'm not sure.
Oh, stop.
As soon as we're done, coffee time marks the beginning of the new year, so cheers.
Oh my gosh. You guys are ridiculously funny. Okay. He probably bought those donuts just for that bit right there. Nope. Okay, he didn't.
I bought them because I had to go out and work yesterday and I didn't have time to have any breakfast, so I grabbed what I could grab.
All right, so who's the winner? What's the winner of the poll?
Oh, sorry, no.
Are we there? Dun, 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 dun.
It's people.
People.
Well, people and nothing.
Ooh, people and well, the nothing means it's either nothing or it's a different category, right?
Yeah. So I'd like to honor the results of the poll with a little song called "People" that I threw.
No,
People.
No. Michael,
People.
Stop. I'm moving on.
I got my own mic.
Michael wants us to add moving to Florida as one of the options. You know what?
That should be your resolution.
That should be your resolution,
because
everyone.
you got a real good motivator to get that done, which I'm going to go up to this week, by the way. We'll go check it out.
Yep, absolutely. No, that's really good. All right, so did I get everything?
No.
What else do I have?
You have wishes?
Oh my gosh. Wishes. Okay, so first of all, it is, despite the fact that there's slow foot traffic around the holiday season, that does not mean that it is slow, because the number of closings that we had just jam-packed, piggybacked over one another in the last week was crazy. So we have a lot of wishes, so here are a few. Okay, so this is just a few of them. I think we had some other people kind of go under contract, but these are some closings that we had. Tristy and Doug, Sue and Dave, Dawn and Rich, and they got under contract. And then Warren and Susan got their home under contract. So lots of good, exciting things happening. By the way, I want to talk about that because you know what? This was happening, wasn't it? Warren's was happening after we saw them. So I want to go back to that. So we talked about the slow foot traffic. So we had that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful listing, Johns Lake Point. It was the former model home. Remember that really large one-story floor plan? Eric did some live virtual open houses. Was it virtual? Whatever you did. Beautiful, beautiful home. Well, it had a lot of activity at first, and then everything kind of slowed down as we expected. And then we were like, okay, well, we'll just, we'll re-energize it after the first of the year. I kid you not, 4 offers at one time. Kid you not. Out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, the week before Christmas, boom, 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 showing. Someone showed the home 4 times. Family flew in. Everything is great. We had cash offers. We had financed offers. And that's the way it can work sometimes. So if you are selling your home and it's sitting there and you're like, why is nothing happening? Don't give up hope. We don't know why, but over $1 million price point, and we had a flood of activity and 4 offers the week of Christmas. And this is, I'm not even kidding you. This is true story. At 6:58 p.m. on Friday, the Friday before Christmas, right? Because Christmas is Monday, Christmas Eve is Sunday, Saturday. No one's working on Saturday. When I say no one's working, I mean like title companies or things like that. We're working, obviously, but we're scrambling, try to get all of this information in to the title companies so that we can keep working on that earnest money deposit and the contractual timeline that's there. But that's when everything kind of got signed off on, was Friday night after work hours, the Friday before the Christmas weekend. So,
but also in that same time period, you have a photograph of where you were. Second wishes. Second wishes.
Where's my second? Oh, yeah. So this is Kimberly and Devlin, and they closed on their home. And I have to tell you, there are times when I just burst with joy and excitement. And this sweet couple moved here, and I did their new homeowner orientation for them. A little bit of mobility challenges, and so it's kind of hard for people who live out of state to get here multiple times, especially over the holidays. As like Sue and Dave, you guys know the same exact feeling, right? It's very difficult. They were, in fact, what's funny is actually, I think these two. So, that we had different people like having their new homeowner orientations were happening at the same time, 2 different builders, 2 different areas, their closings, their final walkthroughs. So Eric was crucial on this because he was able to go to one while I went to the other. But they closed on their home, and I have to tell you, it is just so exciting and so rewarding. They sent me a picture of them at Disney, like with the fireworks going off behind them. And then they sent me a picture the other day of moving in, and I should have shown that to you. Devlin's new big recliner, big fun, comfy chair for him is one of the first things moved into the home. So super excited. Moved in with a D.R. Horton home. And as always, Brandon, you are the bomb diggity with a builder. Let me just tell you a big shout out to Brandon Resnick there with D.R. Horton. Every single time my clients have him, it is a stellar experience. He cares so much. He does so much. He gets stuff done, probably because he just only has energy drinks. He never slows down.
He's a lot. Let's be honest.
He's a lot, but he gets a lot done. And so anyway, so congratulations to all of them. So super happy. And Lisa,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Can I tell my Brandon story?
Yes.
So Brandon,
I'm afraid because there's so many of them. Go ahead.
So our friends who bought down there on a drift.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Came from Mississippi. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down there like doing a final walk for them because they're not in town yet. And Brandon gets on the phone, and the most hilarious Spanglish I've ever heard in my life. He's like, "Emergencia, dude! Por favor, I have a super duper big emergencia. Por favor." He doesn't speak that much Spanish, but he was trying, and it was awful. And he's a lot. And like when you leave his company, you're like, whew, you gotta take a breath because it's been a whole thing.
But I tell you, I really it gives me great peace of mind whenever I find out that, in fact, he was the one that built my daughter and son-in-law's home. And remember, these builders in this particular community, they're assigned to the homes, and they're building the home before you can contract on it. So that was just purely luck and coincidence that he was the one that was in charge of Allie and Hong's home. But at any rate, but we're just happy that they're here. And Lisa, I'm going to put Lisa's up. Lisa, I'm going to hold you to it. That house is still available. It is so perfect for you. You'll be right around the corner for me. I'm just saying it's going to give you everything you want. So let's make it happen. Okay. All right. So on that note, now did I get everything, honey? No. Now what do I have?
Well, you have what you're watching if you want to do it.
Well, I mean, what I'm watching, I can put it on there. Sure, we'll do it. So Eric did this, but I didn't watch this. I mean, he's not.
That was the point. We didn't watch. That was what we were literally were asleep. I got woken up by Happy New Year texts from our kids, but we were watching. Seinfeld was on TV.
Yeah, I don't know. New Year's for me has never been. I mean, I think maybe once when I was younger, like, out of high school, but like, just, I don't know. I think one time I went to like a big New Year's Eve party, like the whole big kind.
Like we would say to people, what were you doing New Year's? We're like, we were passed out. And they would assume we were passed out because we were sloshed.
No.
We're passed out because we're old and boring and don't care.
No, Boo Boo and I, Elizabeth and I were watching a couple episodes of Lost in Space together. We were trying to man the dogs while you worked on Coffee Time and stuff like that last night. But that was, we finished those around 10 o'clock, I guess. I don't even know. And then I went to bed. I went down into our room, sorry.
She always does that too.
I do. I always say my room. It's not my room. It's our room. We're in the same room. But I just go to bed earlier. So at that time, it's my room.
By the way, that brings me to one previous point I was gonna tell you guys all. Like when we do What's the Word, if you want inside scoop into what's going on in Amy's life in particular and our life in general, What's the Word is usually what Amy thinks of to say whatever comes up that's going on in our life. So I thought resolution was funny because what you're talking about getting a resolution to, you just want to be done. Mm-hmm. So that's the behind the scenes. And then it was another behind the scenes moment to say that she always goes, I'm going to my room. She even says to me, she's like, I'm going to my room. And I'm like,
I don't mean that. I mean, it's our room, but it's my room for that brief period of time. And
then I have one more segment it'll be you on the thing. But
one more. Okay. Couple good questions here I need to get to Ben's. Oh, sorry.
I got to feel the baby kick. That's all I want to say.
You did.
So I'm very happy.
Yes.
Well, not
Easton.
Not Easton, but Elsie kicked me. So
yes,
she loves me.
She does love you now. Yes, she does. I wanted to pop this up because Ben has a really good question. I had to fill out an affidavit, a conveyance of foreign entities, swearing that I was not a foreigner. Does Florida restrict sales to foreigners? So there is a new document when you close on a property, and basically, to my understanding, this is just one step to eliminate foreign investors purchasing large numbers of properties within a community. So for instance, I know for a fact, because I've seen it happen, a community can open, a brand new, beautiful residential community can open up, and then you will have a foreign investor. Nothing, I mean, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with, a foreigner purchasing a property as an investment property. What they're trying to keep you from doing is buying 10 of them in a community that only has 30 home sites. And typically, a foreign investor does the bare minimum on the fit and finish on the inside because they just really use them as rental properties, and it can affect the property value in the community. You might have somebody else who's like, yes, I'm building this big magnificent William floor plan, which is 5,000 square feet, and I'm blinging it all up. But then the foreign investor in that same community has now purchased, a more than a fair share of them and have used them as rental properties. So this is a new document that is being required.
Yeah, and the key word there is entities. So
yes.
So yes, there are different things you have to do if you are a foreign purchaser. There's things you have to do tax-wise and other things. That conveyances to foreign entities is specifically about foreign companies buying lots of properties.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob joined in a little late. I wanted to say good morning and Happy New Year to Rob. He said he didn't get to bed until 2 a.m. Aha. So you're one of those. Yeah, we were all laughing because I was so surprised that anybody was even here. Alex, I'm going to pop this up real quick. Alexander says, Amy and Eric, watching your videos since 2014, 10 years of wonderful videos and looking forward to many more. Aw, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But that just reminded me that now this is your 10th year in real estate. Mm-hmm. Like August will be the anniversary of 2014.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
What a craziness. All right, I didn't actually search for questions, so I'm just going to do a quick search and see. I think we may have gotten them. It's so funny because when I just do Q without the quotation mark, then Shafiq comes up. Shafiq, I get all ears. Okay, so we got Kim's. Oh, wait, Ben had another one. He says, I like... Whoop.
Put it back up again.
Yep.
I changed the thing.
Ben had another one. I like how the Walt Disney World license plate looks. I could not believe that Florida has 25 pages, I know, right, of plate designs. Are these really a thing? Do you have a Disney tag? No.
This is breaking news.
But breaking news...
Do you want me to do the breaking news? Yeah. Amy, I'm here on the other side of the counter to let you know that you will have a Disney tag as soon as I order it today.
Yes.
And it will be the castle on the side and then the word backyard. So, a short, because on the Disney tag you can only put 5 or 6 characters. So I think it's 5 characters because it takes the space for the castle. So it'll be the castle and then backyard. That's going to be. But where will that go, Amy? Where will that?
On my new car?
A new car!
A new car. Oh, that's so funny.
Come on down.
Yeah, so we do a car swap within our family every couple of years. And it was time for us to do another one again. This one is kind of instigated by our son-in-law, who again is deployed at the moment. But when he gets back, he was going to buy Eric's truck, and my car is leased, and so we're doing a car swap. But then I got the new one, and I got my third Honda Odyssey.
Yes.
So Tammy, who is one of my dear friends back from Virginia, she was one of my teachers at my dance studio. She had said once that one of her students said, "Why doesn't Miss Amy drive a Mercedes?" And I'm like, it struck me as odd because first of all, I didn't have any money when I was, teaching at my dance studio. So the fact that I could fill any car with gas was a miracle. But it just cracks me up because I know that the type of car you drive is a people use that as a way to show that they're doing well. I don't care. I get my clothes from Stitch Fix.
But it's a nice car.
No.
Nice.
I'm just saying, and the Honda Odyssey is very nice. But it's because, we're going to have the grandbabies, and I'm getting older, and so jumping up into a car that's got some height is a problem. And if I take clients around, it's a lot more easy for them to kind of navigate and maneuver and get into. Plus, it's clean.
True.
I'm so excited about that.
Also, so I get the dirty one.
No, I'm sorry.
You're like, okay, fine. Goodbye. I was just going to share.
Put yourself back on.
I was just going to share that, we like to be transparent about things because it helps people,
Yeah.
There is, if you buy a vehicle that's over 6,000 pounds, now it's too late for now this tax year because now it's the first. But if you buy a car that's over 6,000 pounds at the end of the year, you can depreciate the whole thing in that tax year. So we bought it on like the second to last day of the year, but we can write that off of our taxes since it's your work vehicle. We can write it off, so it makes the car like super, super affordable in real context.
Yeah,
so,
that's just a little tip that.
Yeah, I should have reminded you guys about that earlier, but
it's okay.
Now next year you can do that.
Yeah, make it part of your New Year resolution. Anyway, all right, guys, we are now at 10:05 on January 1st, and I don't know how many of you are on to your second, third, fourth cup of coffee. How many of you are still in bed saying, please make it stop, make it stop? But for me, we're going to make it stop for you, so we're not going to annoy you anymore this morning. But we do want to wish you a sincere Happy New Year. We cannot wait to spend this next year with you. We have a lot of stuff. And again, it's not just real estate related. As you guys know, you are a part of our family. So we love to keep you updated on all of those developments in our life as well. But for now, we hope you guys enjoy whatever celebration you have planned. As for us, as always, we've got work to do. We've got to take care of some details with a couple of contracts we've got going on, and anyway, so we're gonna get back to work, guys. Stay with us, though. We're gonna have Sunday Drive coming up this week, and again, lots more videos and information coming. But other than that, Eric, do you have any final words, dear?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
From Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, guys. Well, as always, we really do appreciate you. Please stay safe, stay well. Remember, we love you. We really do. We wish you nothing but the best in this new year, and we look forward to sharing it with you. You guys have a great day. Happy house hunting.